Hey everyone, we're going to be finishing up section 1.4 on decimals with a very quick discussion about square roots. So a square root of a number m is any number n, so that n squared equals m. Now, if we wanted an example of that, 10 is a square root of 100 because 10 squared is 100. But that's not all. Because if you take negative 10 and square it, negative 10 squared is also 100. So both those numbers, 10 and negative 10, are square roots of 100. This means that every number has two square roots, I guess with the exception of 0. The positive or principal square root of the number m is denoted with this little check mark looking thing. It's usually read as the square root of m, but there is a little bit of nuance here because it's always referring to the principal or positive square root. It's not referring to any negative ones. So if we want to refer to the other square root, the negative one, we would simply write the square root of m with a minus sign in front. For example, if I wanted the square root of 25, I need a number that, when squared, gives me 25. Well, 5 squared is equal to 25. So that means that the square root of 25 is 5. On the same token, if I want to figure out the square root of 36, and keep in mind this is the principal square root, I observe that 6 squared is equal to 36, which means that the principal square root of 36 is 6. And lastly, we have a negative square root of 225. So I want my answer to be the negative square root of 225. And after maybe a little bit of reflection, you'll find that 15 squared is equal to 225. So this implies the negative square root of 225 is negative 15. And that's pretty much it on square roots. Now, one thing that we notice is we need for the number inside of the square root symbol or the radical symbol to be not a negative number. Why is that? Well, if you take a number, let's say negative 3, and you square it, that's negative 3 times negative 3, which gives us 9. So remember that I said when we multiply, anytime the two multiplicands have the same sign, the answer will be positive. So if I was trying to figure out the square root of something like negative 4, after some thinking, I would quickly figure out that it's not possible to figure out the square root of negative 4 because the only numbers I know that multiply with themselves to give something like negative 4 is 2 squared and negative 2 squared. But both of those only give me positive 4. So as of yet, the square root of negative 4 is undefined for